So we graph this, and we can see the graph below. Age on the x-axis and hours watching TV on the y-axis. And what we did next was we got all the students to give us the following information using the calculator. So what's the x bar? 13.75. Okay, yeah. Our y value? 9.83. Our a value? 16.25. Yeah. Our b value? 1.9. Upwards, yeah. And your R value? Now, just to explain this, 0.86 means a correlation of a positive correlation of 0.86. That's very strong correlation. That means there's a causal relationship between your age and how many hours you spend watching TV. Is that okay? From ages 0 to 20. I don't think you'll follow this trend afterwards because generally speaking, you get a full-time job and stuff like that. So it tends to be less, or there might be a bit of a dip when you're doing your leaving cert. The study also depends on what time of year you did it at. Sometimes students can be less busy over the summertime and will have more time to watch TV and relax. That makes sense? Lots of different things that had to be considered, right? Now, draw the scatter diagram. We did just that. Add a line of best fit by eye. Now, what we sort of said is we don't really risk it by eye. So here's what I'm going to do. Would everybody be happy for me to round X bar and Y to 14 and 10? Would 14 and 10 do us? If you find that you're in the middle, like you're at 0.4 or 0.6, do 13 and a half. Do you get what I'm saying? See the way we're at a high 13 and a high 9. So it's not too much of a jump to go to 14 and 10. If you're a dead center like 0.6 or 0.4, just call it 13 and a half and 9 and a half. Does that make sense? All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to call this 14 and 10. Now where would 14 and 10 be located? We have a point very close to it, don't we? 14 and 10.5, which is here. So 14 and 10, we'll just call it just there, yeah? It was the same thing, isn't it? Actually, it's meant to be slightly under. Sorry, slightly under, if anything. Okay, about there. Next thing I need is I want a point on the x-axis. Any point will do me that my line crosses through. What do we say is guaranteed about the x-axis? Y value is 0. Now, we can use the formula y equals bx plus a. And what we can say is that y equals, what do we say? Call the b 1.9. That's grand. And what's the a value? You can call it minus 16 if you want, but whatever you think, right? Minus 16.25. Okay. Now what are we going to do with the y value? 0. Bring the 16.25 over to the other side. And we get 1.9x equals 16.25 equals 1.9x, yeah. And what's our x value? Huh? When you divide it in? 8.5 rounded. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Do you see this? I need to find 8.5 here on my list. I think it'll be about there, won't it? What's that? 7.5 and then 8.5 about here. You're going to link the two of them together, and once you can see that their line of best fit, once again, not great compared to what we just did. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do next. We are going to use our points to find the equation of the line. So what points do we have? We have 8.5 and 0. And what do we say we're using for 14 and 10? So it's your job now, if you haven't already got it done, you got to find the equation of the line using those 2 points. Okay. So x2, y2, x1, y1. And what we got here was 10 take away 0, all divided by 14 take away 8.5. And what do we get? So what's it? Minus 1.8 or just 1.8? Yeah, because it's a positive slope, isn't it? And look, we were expecting an answer of 1 point. So we're pretty accurate. Okay. And then all we need to do now is y take away 0. And then 1.8 into, what's it? X minus 8.5. And just give me 1.8 times 8.5 and we're in business. Yeah. Okay, that's brilliant. Now, I can go back up to my questions now. I can see what I might be asked to do here. Find the equation of line of best fit. Done. Done. Use the equation to find out how many hours a child of 16 and a half years old watches TV. That's the x-axis, isn't it? Age is x-axis, so this means an x value of 16.5. Go to your equation and replace x with 16.5. 14.24 hours. Yeah, excellent. Okay.